All right. I'm about to go live now. Because people have me messed up. So I want to clearly have to continue to say this because people keep selling themselves out, and it's me getting tired of it. So all right, I'm not gonna be on here for too long. I got things to do. All right. So I put this together because people really got me messed up, and it's to the point that y'all, it's something wrong. Like, honestly, something wrong. It's real. It's y'all hate yourselves, and because y'all hate yourselves, and misery loves company, you believe that you guys can come and bother me. And I'm a person that, like, if you, I'm never going to be the bigger person. You understand? Like, people be like, oh, you take the high road. I take the high road all the time, but I also can get petty because if I'm in my own lane doing my own thing that I've been doing for the last going on 3 years, no one should be bothering me. Matter of fact, I don't understand why everybody ain't linked up yet and figured and like I need to understand that. Yes, I need to understand why is there civil rights drama? Why are you upset that I'm going down to City Hall and going off on who I need to go off on when we have terrible representation? Why are you upset that I'm going to Rainbow Push and going in on the very same people who, if it wasn't for us, it wouldn't be no civil rights. Wouldn't be no Rainbow Push. It wouldn't be no Jesse Jackson. Wouldn't be none of his kids. None of that. That man for himself got a whole. He making sure everybody good, but himself. Y'all still prancing that man around, all that stuff. But however, y'all can't tell. Nobody can tell me how to civil right. Nobody can't tell me who I can go off on, who I can't. Nobody can't tell me that I need to not talk about this person because you getting money from this person or any of this. None of y'all that are you saying my name or saying my name has yet to stand with me about my mom's issue. None of y'all have set up a press conference and stood behind me when it comes to the displacement of seniors and taking their properties and generational wealth and basically modern day redlining, and it's happening from y'all boy Brandon Johnson. Nobody has stood with me at all. Nobody has said, you know what, man, we calling on Brandon Johnson to sit down with your family and settle this case or see what we can do. Not nobody. But y'all are taking meetings with him, meetings with him, meetings with his meetings with him, meetings with Maurice Robinson, who is also a joke. And let me break down. Let me break some stuff down to you because there's going to be some new people that are going to watch this. There's going to be some people who may already know this. It may be some people because I'm shadow banned. A lot of people don't know it. A lot of people really don't know about my why I've started this and all this when it came to the Chicago Fish Red. And then I think what people don't know about me. Yes, I'm originally from Albany, New York. However, my mother is from Chicago, born and raised. Born and raised. Okay, my mother left here in 1978. She came back in 1996. I was here for a year, almost 2 years. She ended up leaving again because she was dealing with the same BS and went back to New York. Then once my father passed away, she moved back here. She started with her nonprofit and getting her stuff together when it came to the affordable housing, because little did she know the affordable housing thing is a racket, and it's only for, and the TIF money and any of those type of things is for anybody that's already plugged in. You got to be plugged in with a corrupt clergy, and then you got to get you a corrupt alderman. Then you got to get you a corrupt congressperson. Then you got to get you a corrupt Cook County commissioner, and then you got to get you a corrupt nonprofit that's willing to help you launder the TIF money so everybody can get their kickbacks. If you are not on that type of corruptness when it comes to the Democrats in Chicago, you will not have no chance of doing anything to make the difference that you think that you want to make in this city. Okay, this city right here is cliques and politics, and if y'all are not clicked up in a corrupt way, then and you ain't some type of elite or something like that, then you are a problem, and you will be ignored, and people allow that. People have just been like, oh, okay, yeah, man, you can't get nothing done here. You gotta know this person, you gotta know that person, you gotta know this person, you gotta know that person. Cool, whatever. I was never into politics, never cared, anything like that. My mother was dealing with this stuff, and when it came to her nonprofit, doing everything right, helping my godfather save this building, because they've been trying to take my godfather's building like they took the rest of it. My godfather had a lot of buildings, okay, a lot of buildings, a lot of blocks, and like I said, after I deal with this, I got to deal with Save-A-Lot. That Save-A-Lot that's on our lot, that Save-A-Lot not supposed to be on our lot. That's a whole nother lawsuit. But that's just how strong-armed and how crazy these people are. This city is ran off of gangsters, the Al Capone way and all that stuff. And that's how it is. You understand? That's how this is. And back in the day, you got the he say, she say, like they said they killed Harold Washington, they poisoned Harold Washington. Anybody speak out against somebody, they said they killed him. I think it was a black alderman. They end up finding him shot dead in like the 60s or the 70s. Like, a person usually ends up getting killed. Okay, that's just how it happens. If you try to break this machine, this democratic machine, because this is a democratic machine. This democratic machine, with the help of these Republicans, these established Republicans who didn't do anything either, so they get their little money off the table, to keep saying stuff like, we just can't fight the machine. The machine is they're just this and that. So okay, so people, that's always been a narrative, and it's always been that you can't mess with them, you can't touch with them. All right, cool, bet. Again, I was minding my business, living in a whole nother state. I came back because the city of Chicago, with the same corrupt lawyer that they have on this case, he's been on this case for a long time because he's corrupt, just like the rest of them. Bradley Wilson used to work for the Attorney General in New York. Okay, and from there, he got in good with Chicago, and he kept that same corrupt that same corruptness in the law department, the City of Chicago Law Department. So this person has been on this case. He committed fraud in the first case, and he paid off the first lawyer. His name is James Velasquez. He paid him off first. Once he paid him off, and they was able to shut the case, he thought that the case was never going to get back open. Nobody's going to keep fighting. All that stuff. They were, he felt it was good. We got it. So whoever he's doing this favor for, which is probably Daly Jr., he thought that everything was going to be good. No, wrong. I came. I started researching everything myself. Started looking up things because, again, I'm not stupid. I'm not dumb. I have common sense. And I know that at the end of the day, I've sued and I've won. I'm trying to understand if my mother got all the evidence and this is the government and they have money, because we're the one funding the government, it should be no problem with them giving us paying, okay? But they did not. Before it even got this far, my mother put a claim in back in 2017 for $100,000. She had all the police report, everything for $100,000. The city of Chicago would not give her $100,000. They spent millions of dollars fighting this case instead of just paying my mom. Cool, bet. I was building my brands. I know how to build brands. I know how to brand. That's a beautiful thing that God has given me. That's a talent that I have, and I've learned that from my mother as well. My mother has her degree in marketing and finance. So I know how to build brands. I was building my brand. I have my shirt, one of my shirts on right now, Paper Pussy Beats. And I was building my nation. I want to do my own nation. I want my own nation. That's my goal. Okay, that's what I want. So that's the mindset I'm on. So me doing my own brand and figuring out how to do what I want to do. I know the right people that I need to put in the brand and all that stuff. But also, hey, shit, my mother's still fighting this case. They keep playing her. They done to the point now that she's getting older, and they put her in the hospital. And this is my money, so shit, I'm gonna take on the fight with her, and that's exactly what I did. And once I did that, and I started realizing that the first lawyer that we had in this case he didn't know what he was doing. He didn't understand. At first, he didn't understand, and then I was trying to explain to him, look, you ain't gonna really understand because the city of Chicago is so corrupt. And they will keep doing little things and add little things and take little things out and stuff like that. They'll get you confused. I said, but me, because I've been on the bad side before. I've been locked up before. I've been a thief before. I know how this works. So I'm looking at these niggas are stealing money, and they stealing money and this TIF money. They doing all this. So it takes a person who has been on that side to see how corrupt these people are. And the only way that you are going to win or prevail is you got to get just like them. So when I was protesting outside all summer, not one person stood with me outside except Niche. When Niche did a thing with me, Mr. Blakemore and Jessica pulled me in to start talking on the mic. But I passed everybody. That's when I met a whole bunch of people out there when I was first protesting. But they didn't know who I was, nor did they care. They would give me a little advice like, you gotta do this, you gotta do that. But nobody never was like, hey man, look, I'm gonna see if I can talk to the mayor, this new mayor. So it's like, yeah, I'm gonna see if I'm talking about. Mind you, the mayor is going through every other door instead of coming to me and saying, or having Maurice or somebody come to me and say, hey, let's pick a day for you to come up and explain what's going on. Mind you, you're a new mayor. So you would think that you would do something like that. You would think that your administration would do something like that. But no, y'all thought y'all was Hollywood. It was going through every other door but the door you doing, to the point that his own security detail was saying stuff like, I hate to ask you this, but when do you think you're going to lunch? What? Yeah, just let us know when you think you're going to lunch. Why? I said, if he walks past me right now, I'm not going to say nothing to him because he's the mayor. I don't have to go up to him, excuse me, mayor. As a public servant, as a person who just voted you in, you would think, I didn't vote for you, but the people who just voted you and you barely got in. Like, you barely got in. Like you was treading water. You barely got in. So if you didn't even have Hyde Park, that's why you don't care about Hyde Park, because Hyde Park didn't vote for you. So if you had Hyde Park, you probably would have been a little bit better. But that's why you don't care about the shelter being over there. That's why you don't care about what happens to them over there, because they voted for Paul Vallis. So that's why you don't care. That's why you don't care about them. And you are a sassy, corrupt sassy, corrupt preacher's kid, and you gay a little bit. So this is why you have you snooty, you got an attitude and your ego. So that's why as a man you can't meet with me, okay? And you hold grudges. You and Tony Preckwinkle clearly are the same person. You understand? You bad bitch vibes. So and she been some trash. So this is on him. However, when I start going in there and I started asking for help and asking for him to sit down with my family and asking Alderman David Moore to sit with my family and asking Brian Cinto Lopez, who was the chairman of Housing and Real Estate, to sit with me, and asking, Jeanette Taylor at the time, she was co-chair of Housing and Real Estate, Emma Mitt, all these people, I'm asking y'all, can y'all please sit down with my family and see if y'all can settle this case? I'm getting ignored. Everybody who's everybody is not helping. I'm not getting no help from the local news. I'm not getting no help from nobody. I reached out to every reporter who reported on Laquan McDonald's murder. I'm like, well, maybe they can help, because they weren't scared to do that. I even reached out to the one who first uncovered it, and once he uncovered it, they scared him so bad he left and went to a whole nother. I think he's in D.C. But I reached out to all of these people: Laura Washington, Dorothy Tucker, all of these people. Dorothy Tucker came to my house. She brought donuts. She listened to the voicemail. She listened, because my mother kept everything. She listened to everything. But her Jewish producer, who's a couple of years younger than me, she told her not to take the case. No, WTTW is just as bad. They're all terrible. I've reached out to everybody. There's nobody to reach out. I'm done reaching out to people. Everybody knows the case. Everybody's watching. I went. You know who made sure everybody knows? Charlemagne the guy. Breakfast Club. That's who. Okay, that's who. So I'm good. I don't need none of these people. They will never be able to sit down and do a story with me ever, because they were scared. They were paid not to take this story, because this story is a story that's going to be just like the Brown versus Board of Education. This case is going to set a precedent. So at this point, I'm good now. I'm just telling the story. So after we're going viral and not knowing me and Miss Jessica, with me and Miss Jessica, we were down there consistently about our property issues. And we were down there consistently for 2 years. We sat with everybody. We met with everybody that could get us close to Brandon Johnson, and he would do the right thing and settle the case. But no, he was so busy worried about working with the cartel and Tory Barrett, corrupt ass, and anybody else Walter Burnett and all of them to get this illegal immigration money. Because why? Kamala Harris coming in office. We don't care. We don't care about none of that shit. Nah, it is what it is. You know, we can go over there, we're going to talk about we're planning a better, safer Chicago. Oh, yes, he's racist. Oh, yes, DeSable is the, we're doing this for DeSable. Chicago was made by a black man. He was founded by a black man. Yes, it is, whatever, hold on. I am alive. I'm live. Yeah. So we going, I'm as a black man, raising black kids and a black wife, all that. You're going to keep that same rhetoric going over and over again. Why a black woman is trying to get some help for her black mom and her black godfather. You ignore me when it comes to that. But you talking about affordable housing. You're talking about this. You're talking about that. I ain't never dissed this man until I realized that he is a puppet just like the rest of these black elected officials in the city of Chicago, in the state of Illinois, and in government on the federal level, on both sides, the established ones. They are. There's nobody, maybe LaShawn Ford, you know, but there's nobody that they have a master, whoever their master is. I don't know if it's Pritzker, I don't know if it's Daley Jr., but none of these people cannot help. So I had to take matters into my own hands. And as a person, again, I want my own nation. I want my own nation. So I didn't care about who was going to help. I didn't care about who was going to help me. I'm going to get it done regardless. I'm going to eat regardless. So I didn't care. But when I realized the demonic spirit that this city is under, I know, and it's all Democrats. Hell no. I'm going to do the exact opposite. I'm going to push to flip this state red. In November 16th of 2023, after I got locked up, my first time being arrested down there, trying to silence me, I said on my Instagram, I said, on our future and seniors, I'm going to flip this state red. One of my good guy friends came to pick me up and went and got me a hat that says, "Make Chicago Great Again" hat. I wore that hat all 2024. All 2024, when I was going down, everybody know I had that hat. I got pictures with that hat. I wore that hat all the time. All the time. Because at this time, it's war. I also spoke about neither one of these people, nobody should, if nobody should even be paying attention to nobody until we have a black agenda. I said that as well, because I realized what was going on. Mark Carter, it was like maybe August or September, and it was the evening time, and he had these little magazines, and he was like, "You need to take this." And I was like, "What's this?" "The New Americans Plan." And I'm like, "Okay." He said, No, I'm serious. Read about this. Like, this is what's happening. And like, I'm like, all right. And I took it, and I didn't open up until maybe like 2 weeks later. And I saw, I'm like, okay, damn, 2012. Damn, Rahm Emanuel. So then I started doing my own research in other cities, from New York. Start looking, I'm like, damn. So then I go back to my story, and then I go back to my talks when I think about Dick Gregory. Then I go back, I love Dr. Claude Anderson, so then I go back and look at stuff that they're saying. Then I go back and look at like stuff that Malcolm X saying. Then I go look at like what things that Barbara Jordan said about how this is. Then I go back and just talk to my elders. You understand? And I'm seeing the problem. I was offered to go, this lady named Christina Powell invited me to a STOP organization meeting with a bunch of seniors. And they were talking about how they're getting pushed out of their homes and their rent and stuff is going up, and it's and their pensions and their Social Security is not getting higher. They're getting a little bit, they get a little raise, but the rent and stuff is going up in certain parts, Inglewood, Washington Park, Kenwood, because of the Obama Center. So they in there and they got them giving pizza and coffee, and they're in a circle, and they're all talking about seniors, all venting about they don't know what they're going to do. And they lived over here for this time, and they had generations and generations and all this stuff over here. And I remember the girl saying, we're going to write University of Chicago a letter, and we're going to ask them, can they please sit down and talk with us? And then they were going to ask, and then we're going to reach out to the Obama Foundation, and we're going to ask them to please sit down with us and consider. Because the reason why we voted for Brandon Johnson was because we needed to get this ordinance passed, the South Shore Housing Preservation Ordinance, that they still can't get it in. Now, mind you, they voted for this man too. Now, they voted for him, and they still couldn't get them for the South Shore state. So when they get to me, I'm like, ask is crazy. They don't ask it. If y'all don't come and talk to us, we holding our vote. It's the election time. It's federal election. The Democrats versus the Republicans. Okay? If y'all don't come and meet with us, we are the strongest voting bloc. We will hold our vote. 3 seniors look at me, and they like they considering it, they pondering. Here go little shorty. Let's get back to where we are. We're going to write the letter. I said, this is the problem right here. Because y'all got these students over here at the University of Chicago that need these hours, right? These community hours. So they don't care. You understand? They're not gonna. They don't care. So it's this racket thing that stopped getting money. All these other organizations getting money, sending these seniors off, sending everybody off. This progressive weird movement that's anti anything that's conservative, because they all getting money, and it's weird. The progressive movement on the Democratic side is a cult. It is a weird cult, and the people who run this cult is primarily LGBTQ, Hispanics, Blacks, and whites, but male-dominated, flamboyant, and trans women. These are the ones who's running the housing, the displacement of the Black seniors. This right. So you dealing with the LGBTQ progressive, corrupt movement, and they hide behind them letters and got people not being able to say certain things, because if you say certain things, what are you? Prejudice, you're homophobic. Nah, y'all just some shit, and y'all are taking advantage of these seniors, and you know that they go by that Bible, and they need help, but they ain't got nobody to help them, because you've got people like Jonathan Jackson and Jesse Jackson and those type of people, and Urban League and people, NAACP and stuff, that are not doing their job. So you get mad at a person like me who called out the bullshit. Is nuts to me. It's nuts to me that y'all are mad at me. Y'all are mad at me is nuts for me calling out the hypocrisy while I'm still going through a case. I'm still fighting my own case that the city of Chicago is paying millions of dollars of to not settle it. So while I'm seeing everything, I'm seeing all the BS, right? Because my mother literally is a guinea pig of all this. From CHA trying to take her Section 8 voucher, well, really take her Section 8 voucher, retaliating because she's suing the city. because they really want to make her homeless. You know what I'm saying? My mother don't want Section 8. My mother was trying to settle her case. We've never been on Section 8 or any of these things ever. Ever. Okay? Y'all are literally retaliating against us in any type of way because y'all won't settle the case, but you're mad that I'm exposing stuff. I'm not going to stop. I'm not going to stop because at the end of the day, y'all are wrong. The Democratic Party, this is the Democratic Party. The Democratic Party. The democracy. So that's the problem, okay? So when I see it and I'm calling it out, instead of the same people that's supposed to stand with me, y'all out here trying to throw shit on my name, which will never happen. I don't give a fuck what y'all say about me. I don't give a fuck, okay? I don't care at all because I'm in this fight. And if you don't see the bullshit, then you are some bullshit. So that's just what it is. So now that I couldn't get no help, right? I couldn't get no help. I go to the Breakfast Club so I can get my story out there because I know I have a good judge. I have a very good judge. Honorable Jorge Alonso is my federal judge for this case. And he knows what they're doing is wrong. He knows. But I had an incompetent lawyer that probably ended up started working with Bradley Wilson in the city because that's what they do. They sell us out. And because I'm not stupid and I do know the BS too, and our lawyer, our judge knows too, that the judge knows too, and thank God that after I did the Breakfast Club, Miss Leroy, that I know from doing comedy shows, her and her husband used to come to my comedy shows. I did not know she was an attorney. So once she heard my story, because they did the same thing with her father, she decided to step in to start looking at, she said, I'll be some eyes. I'll see what's going on. I don't want to step on anybody's toes. But then once she started realizing, like, this nigga is either he's incompetent or he's a liar. And it's like, oh, yeah, no, he's about to get paid from the city like everybody else is getting paid from the city to try to tarnish this case or try to tarnish my name and make it like I'm out here crazy, like I'm out here doing this for nothing. Or even though my mother has all of the evidence, even though my mother has everything to show that they've committed fraud, even a voicemail from the City of Chicago Law Department. We have all of these things, even though we have everything. We have the deed, the original deed and everything. We don't even understand why a save-a-lot is on the other part of our lot. But hey, we're the crazy ones. No. We just don't. I just took it there, and now it's national, and everybody sees what's going on. That when the case does get settled, everybody's coming, and because y'all have been redlining us for so long, that's what y'all do. That's just the Democratic City MO. You understand? And honestly, they say for the Republicans in the rural areas, they take y'all farms for the white people. So if the Republicans is taking the farms. And in the inner cities in Democratic City, the black people is taking our homes and stuff like that. We got a problem, all right? And we have a problem, and there's nobody on neither side addressing this. Neither side that's addressing it at all. And they're not going to address it because if they address it, then that'd be too much like rights. And there's too much money being stolen, and it's money that is ours, all taxpayer money. And because we won't unify and be a unit, they're playing us. And because you got somebody like me and Danielle and others that ain't going, y'all mad at me because I'm messing up y'all little money that y'all are getting on the side for keeping people hope alive. Like y'all literally and that's crazy to me. But that's not me. After I did the Breakfast Club, I would have thought, because I didn't even say nothing about Brandon Johnson on the Breakfast Club, and I did it on purpose, because at the end of the day, he don't have nothing to do with the building being knocked down. It was way before him, but he's the mayor now. So hoping that, well, he hears the story, hopefully he'll have somebody talk to Mary Richardson Lowry, and they settle the case. They'll have somebody sit down with my mom, and they'll talk about it, and they'll sign an NDA. They'll pay it, and everybody go their way. That's what you would think, but nah, that didn't happen because they don't care. The city of Chicago they displace everybody. They displace everybody from the Robert Taylor. They displace everybody from Latham Homes. They displaced everybody from Cabrini Green. They don't care. Between CHA, people like Walter Burnett, people like Mays Jackson, people like all these people who send these people off, all these corrupt preachers and clergy, all send these people off, and then now we have all these people displaced, all these seniors displaced, all these black people displaced. They displaced everywhere, and they continue, and because for little dimes, for dollars and dimes, but they'll get on these WVON. They'll get on intellectual radio. They'll get on all these. Well, those coon. Well, I don't even know about intellectual radio, but I'll say WVN for sure is a coon network, and will sit on there and act like they're for black people and therefore to help black people. Not Mays Jackson or any of them have reached out to me and said, "Hey, let me get an interview with you about what's going on with your family's case." But you can't, because you took money too. And I said, all y'all do is take money. The Gators, all y'all do is take money. And y'all be sending black people off. And then you have raggedy people who follow y'all who don't think for themselves. And when I say raggedy, like the Jackie Page and stuff like that, who keeps shit going because they haven't been hugged as a child, and nobody really don't care for them and will give them nickels and dimes, that you keep stuff going too. At the end of the day, ain't nobody getting paid but y'all. Y'all the only ones that's getting paid. I'm not getting paid. If I was getting paid, I would not be down there every day. I wouldn't be getting paid. I'm trying to get paid. The thing is, I'm not no sellout, and I'm not gonna drink the sellout water, because again, I want my own nation. I want my own corporation. That's why I say I'm a capitalist. So when people try to sit here and try to say like capitalism is a problem, capitalism is not a problem. I'm a capitalist, and I want to give. First of all, I'm one of the most forgiving people. First of all, I'm a public servant. First of all, I love my people, and I want my money. So yes, that's what I am, and I've always been like this. So there's nothing no one can bribe me with at all, and that's the problem. When after Breakfast Club, nothing didn't happen, boom, whatever. I got arrested down at DNC. I got a lawsuit with that too. That's another whole situation, because I had to make Chicago great again. How did you get in there? Because I know a lot of people. I know a lot of people from the entertainment side, and I know a lot of people, just regular people. I have my friends. I know a lot of people. I just had to decide that I stopped and did this. And because I stopped and did this, a lot of people thought like I was some goofy ass nigga. I was some, I don't know what they thought. And I hate that for them, because they look dumb, because you're bothering somebody who has who's fighting for their mom and their godfather, my mom and my godfather, about what they've been doing to our communities for forever. And now the time stops. And you got a problem with that, because people selling out for $2 and $3 and $5 and statues and shit. It's crazy to me. So after that, you have people like P. Ray that reached out to me and basically asked me, asked me after she got comfortable and stuff like that, "You think you can get me on the Breakfast Club?" What? No. So I guess after she saw that she couldn't use me like she's used everybody else around her, and continue to use everybody around her, then she started distancing herself and all those things, which was cool. I didn't care about that. Then she was making it seem like Chicago Red spoke for everybody that was going down to city council. No, girl. You were speaking for yourself and your group, but I'm speaking for myself. Miss Jessica was speaking for herself before the Chicago Fist Red even happened. Even when the first video went viral, Flipping Chicago Red, She didn't have no Chicago Flip Red shirt on. She was not there when Chicago Flip Red started. Nobody was there, but the people that was in there. Let's see, me, Danielle, Molly, Chanton was the 4 people that was me was the 5 people. Oh, and Patrice was the 6 people. Patrice is not part of it. She's the one who just told us to get the shirts and stuff like that, help us get organized. They were the 6 people that was there when we went viral. She happened to be in the video, but she never spoke for us. So when I tried to get her to do certain things like, hey, can I get you to do a TikTok about the importance of voting and all of those things? Yeah, I'll send it to you. Never did, because she didn't. This wasn't the Republican thing wasn't a thing for her. It was a MAGA thing to get her. She wanted to be famous and to get herself out there and do whatever she had to do. She didn't care about saving the community. She didn't care about saving the city or any of those type of things. And I was on, like, we about to flip this shit red. Like, like it is what it is. So then when Trump got in, and we're all in the group chat. When Trump got in, people spoke about it, great, all that. But then back, like, starting in December, people even in the city started reaching out to me, and when they would see me out and stuff like that, like, Brandon's going to settle your case. Just chill out, but Brandon's going to settle your case. And I'm like, what day is he going to? He's going to just chill. He's going to settle your case, right? Then I'm starting to see people on all social media platforms like P. Ray. Starting January, I will not be discussing Brandon Johnson anymore because he's a target as well. What? This nigga is ruining the city of Chicago. He is what did you talk about? Like, regardless of that's your neighbor, regardless of Maurice is cool, you cool with Maurice, regardless of anything, this nigga is a failure to the city. Like, this nigga has ruined the city. Like, ruined the city at all. Like, ruined the city. So I don't understand, what are you talking about? You know what I'm saying? But that was her position. And as an independent person and her group, if they were going to take that route with supporting him and Tiffany Hangard and anybody else who was messing up the city, cool. I'm going to separate myself from that because no. So I said, our position still stands over in Chicago Flips Red that this nigga got to get out of office. He is absolutely ruining the city of Chicago. He does not care about the oath that he takes. He does not care about the Constitution. He doesn't care about our children. He doesn't care about anything. This nigga does not care about anybody at all but himself. Separated that. But I did not know that people was meeting up with this dude. So a lot of people were meeting up with him. He promised them contracts. Now, I don't know if y'all are getting the money that he promised you. Like, he promised like 2 terms, 2 different terms. They've promised David Moore a field house in 17th Ward, and they will never get it, but they get his vote. So I don't know if he's promising you this money after he gets back in office, or is that why he told Charlotte Roberts to send all these contractors to ask in procurement services, would they take a pay decrease because he needs to have enough money to fulfill some of these contracts, some of these contracts for some of these people that he promised that he would give money to. Is that what it is? But I know that y'all clearly are not getting any of this money, because if y'all did, y'all would not be on my ass. Y'all would not care about what I've got going on. Y'all would not care that I'm protesting or doing my own civil rights thing. Matter of fact, y'all would stay in y'all own lane. But since y'all can't stay in the lane, it's like, because it's like, okay, now she's doing too much when it comes to Brandon Johnson. Now, like, go find somebody else because you messing up my money. I don't care that y'all sold out and y'all haven't received our money. That's on y'all, and y'all need to stay. Yeah, like half. You need to learn this. I need my money half now and half when you get back and get in office. But you're crashing out on a person who does not care nothing about you. He don't even care about himself, because if he cared about himself, he would not be out here doing these tours, these tours around asking for pre-approved questions so he can give a generic answer, because we killing him down as city council. And what's it called? Because he does not know how to govern. He is ruining the city. He got his mindset, like I said, like Kennedy Bartley told me. He thinks he's a nationalist. Ain't no way you a nationalist. If you was a nationalist, you would not. My case would have been settled. If you were a nationalist, you would have made sure that my mother got whatever she needed to start building on her land. If you were a nationalist, no, you a weak piece of doo-doo, and you got yourself in some BS, and you got some people around you, some has-been gangsters. These niggas is has-beens. Nobody don't respect none of these gangsters that you're around. Some has-been gangsters who snitched, because if they was really about their life, they wouldn't even be around you. So they were the feds to get out. Okay, these you around some corrupt preacher kids who probably all are on the down low, so y'all all do little things on the side. You understand? You're a swinger, with your wife. So that's another thing. You got babies out here. You are a confused, dumb mayor. You ain't got no swag. You lame as hell. That mohawk is man, it's for dear life. You understand? You 30,000. You understand? You whack. You whack, and the people around you is whack. Anybody that says that they're not going to speak about you is whack. All of those things. So because of all these people were promised contracts, I don't know if this is true or not, but they say Paul was promised $5 million. He got a construction contract. So if that's the case, is that why you got an issue? And you got an issue with me protesting Rainbow Push because you keep going down there, or all that stuff? I don't have nothing to do with that. But you should have never put your hands on a woman. It is what it is. I don't care what y'all selling yourselves out for. I don't care why y'all acting like y'all fake concerned about shelters and y'all really not. I don't have nothing to do with none of that. But all I know is that between the illegal immigration Ponzi scheme with the help of the cartel and the progressive progressive movement here with the Hispanic KKK, with these LGBTQ corrupt pieces of doo-doo that don't care about our children, don't care about our seniors, don't care about no affordable housing at all. That green social housing is a scam. All this shit is a scam. Today or tomorrow, he's having a behind the doors business meeting, offering businesses and stuff. Let me get this together, because that's also ridiculous. Let me see. And shout out to Crane's Business because they put it out there. Which is, it's a lawsuit because they're not letting any media in there. That's how pathetic we are, and that's the mayor that you have. Man breaks every First Amendment law that we have, every First Amendment right. His administration, matter of fact, all these administrations break the law, break the First Amendment law. I mean, I don't. It's to the point. It's kind of like crazy, but that's what they do. It's really a lawsuit. But yeah, so there's the Chicago his administration blocks press from investor event amid $1 billion budget warning. So this is where the city officials pitch Chicago as a solid investment to institutional investors despite looming deficits, budget drama, and financial red flags. For the first time ever, the press is banned from the city's annual investor conference. What's the excuse? Financiers allegedly wanted tougher questions without media in the room. Major news outlets, Cranes, Tribune, Sun Times, WBEZ, Bloomberg, Block Club, BGA demanded transparency in a joint letter. The city refused. It's given lawsuit. But you know who's going to be in there? Tribe, whatever it's called. That little black, that little black news thing. That's some BS. He had one of their reporters come and act like they were going to do the story on me and Miss Jessica just to get the information so they can go back, so you can go back and tell her, but she never did the story. So they'll be in there giving, as long as they write what he wants, he'll be fine. I mean, that's why you're going to keep them. They are trash. When I say trash, they are trash. They will never ever, they better not ever come to me and ask for an article. Tribe is, they are a millennial coon newspaper. They weak sauce just like him. He weak, they weak together. Okay, and that's just what it is. But this man is ruining the city, and then he has people who are crashing out for him because they are thinking that they're going to get these contracts that they're not going to get. I'm going to make sure niggas ain't getting no money if my mama don't get no fucking money. And that's just what it is. So that $830 million obligation bond, that supposedly that bond was passed, and if it's wrong, P. Ray said it, that was his campaign money. They said that money that he passed was for his campaign money. So he's going out here trying to pay anybody and everybody because he's trying to get this next election. So that's his thing. So he's paying everybody, giving people what they need, stop signs, whatever a statue for her father and all this stuff, and extra stuff, whoever else he's paying. And my thing is, I'm going to start doing FOIAs. Because I'm going to figure out who paying who, because I don't have time for y'all to be playing with me, okay? I'm very, very smart. I'm very, very intelligent, and I am not the fucking one. So I really advise you, when you see me or you see Chicago Fish Red, any of us, go y'all other way, or because I love us and I want us to be better, contact somebody that I respect in this city, which is not many, but the ones that I do respect. Have them set up a meeting somewhere in a public area, and we all talk, because at the end of the day, we got one mission, and that is to save Chicago. But if y'all not on that, I advise y'all to never speak about me, never speak about my team, and let us do what we need to do while y'all go do what y'all do. If y'all want to sell y'all souls out and sell yourself out and believe that he's going to give you money, cool. But the way that it looks like he's going to prison real soon, along with anybody else that was in on this illegal immigration scheme, okay? You're probably not going to get them contracts filled. Charlotte Roberts, I love you to death. I really do. And I love your father. But I really, he's the last person you need to be trying to save, because nobody ain't going to have no job. And that's exactly what I wrote her. Okay, I want to let that be that very clear. I keep it 100 with everybody, because I don't trust anybody that is on his team. I texted her this morning. I said, tell your boy, bitch ass Brandon Johnson, his best bet is to settle my fucking family case, because going around lying to pay all of the coon sellouts and has-beens who have sold their souls to the machine for crumbs aren't going to work. The feds is already looking into him and others, and niggas ain't gonna have no jobs once we get his bitch ass removed. Stop capping for a bitch ass nigga, and that's on Dick Gregory. Okay, and that's what I sent to Charlotte Roberts, the commissioner, the director, whatever she is, of the procurement services. I'm not playing with nobody. So you can too relay the message to anybody. I I got one mission, okay? And so unless you're going to stand with me and make sure that I got that it gets settled, stay out my way. Somebody sent Vashawn and them something this morning. A picture of me and T.I. that's on just everywhere. Doesn't matter. I got a lot of pictures about a whole bunch of people. And say that I'm making new enemies. And my new enemy was because I unfollowed this girl named Kenya Trammell, or whatever you say her last name is. First of all, I'm not even friends with Kenya. Second of all, I met Kenya down at City Hall. You understand? I don't know nothing about Kenya. I've been cordial to Kenya. Kenya's cool. Kenya worked for Jonathan Jackson, right? That's her peoples, all that stuff. She got an issue with me talking about the Jackson family because, hey, that's her peoples. At the end of the day, if you can't respect what I got going on, then don't speak on me. Just like I don't speak on you. And that's just what it is. So I don't have any enemies. I don't have not one enemy. So going around, Beverly Miles, you going around saying that I'm making enemies and I got a new enemy and all this stuff, girl. Kenya is. I don't even know who Kenya is. Kenya knows nothing about me. I don't know nothing about Kenya. There's nothing I can say about Kenya at all. I have nothing. I don't know nothing about her. Thought she was cool. She's a pretty girl. She funny. I didn't tell her. I said, man, you cracked me up. But yesterday, I didn't appreciate what she did, and I don't play that phony kicking stuff. So there's nothing nobody can say about me. And again, if y'all want to take it there, I will take it there because I don't care. I don't care about nobody except my family when it comes to what's going on. Y'all is disrespectful for not seeing the bigger issue here. We are in trouble. And I know that y'all are getting y'all little dollars for selling us out and not caring and all that stuff, but I ain't the one. So leave me alone. Leave my group alone. Go do what y'all are doing. And that's it. There's nothing, you know when it's election time, the PowerPoints I'm going to have for all of these people, none of these people getting back in office. None of them. Not one person is getting back in office because you have watched me for 2 years. I reached out to everybody. And instead of y'all using y'all connections like I do, if I want to use my connection, I can use my connection and get a person whatever they need. I've never had an issue with that. Never. But clearly, for some reason, I can't get it back on this end because nobody don't want to touch this because y'all all be stealing land and property. Y'all all be hanging with the realtors and stuff. Y'all all be stealing our land and property. It's not just a white developer thing. It's not just a Hispanic developer thing. Nah, you niggas be stealing property and land too. Y'all be doing it too with the help with the aldermen and stuff. So that's the problem. And so y'all can't stand behind me because motherfuckers gonna be like, well, she done stuff. He took. Ain't nowhere in the world they standing with Zoe and they do the same thing. So that's the real problem, which is cool. So stay in your lane, and I'm gonna stay in my lane, and that's that. When it comes to Shorty, P-Ray, I really advise y'all to move away from her. I really do, because she's gonna get her son in trouble because what you're not gonna do is try and threaten people's jobs. You're threatening your old group's jobs if they do the famous Friday tomorrow. You did this. You did this just like you lied and said when you seen us that's why I know you're a bitch, because I seen you. We locked eyes on Monday. You was walking towards you, walking into the library. Me and Danielle was walking to her car. Danielle was talking about her stuff. You're gonna lie and say that she was distracted. She was showing how she was beating him up. You are a lie. All y'all lie. I don't know if it's a West Side thing. I don't know if it's an Austin thing. I don't know what it is. But all y'all lie over there. I don't know what it is. You got lying spirit. You've lost everything. You've lost your group. I know you're not doing nothing with Fox anymore. You've lost everything. You've lost you're not on, I don't even think you're on the radio anymore. You've lost everything. You failed. You failed as a disguised Republican. You failed. You failed as a disguised MAGA. You failed. You failed as a woman. You failed as a mother. You failed as a young sellout. You failed. And honestly, anybody that's around you, I really would like get away from her, because she's nothing but a cancer in the community. And she's a cancer in the community because she probably was never loved like she keeps saying that her family loved her. They probably didn't, because if it was, she would not be like this. So that's her issue. So she'll never say nothing to me, to my face, because she could have said a lot to me the other day when we locked eyes. But she hurried up and got back online to talk stuff, because I guess if he was promised $5 million, she was promised $150,000 plus the statue and her stop sign. And I don't know how much what she get promised Beverly, or if Beverly's in it too, or all that stuff. Of course, y'all are going to go hard, and that's cool. But I ain't got nothing to do with that. I ain't got nothing to do with that at all. But there's too many people that do not like you, P. Ray, for you to continue to start the animosity because you like drama. You understand? Usually musty people do. So this is what you do. And that's just what it is. You trash. You real trash. But I'm going to tell you this. You over here threatening people's jobs, talking about political affiliation with MAGA and all this stuff. Your ex-members, because you no longer have members. Why don't you talk about your child being at Kenwood High School and you live on the west side? She's in school with Brandon Johnson kids. Why he ain't making sure your child get home with his security detail? Why you got to keep driving all the way, like you said? You trying to get a school bus, you trying to get whatever. Why don't you worry about that? Why is your child at Kenwood and you live on the west side? Like you crazy for threatening people's jobs. You crazy for threatening anybody at all. When you ain't, let's talk about why you aren't in this financial thing anymore. What was it? You know what I'm saying? Let me see what it is. I looked at that. I seen it the other day. You used to do some financial stuff. Let's see what this thing was. They shut you down. Miss I speak French. Miss I speak French. Yeah, it's always somebody else. It's always somebody else when it comes to you getting, when somebody shuts something down. So you always the victim. You the victim. Always the victim. Yeah, you have something, financial consultant. You are a financial consultant. It's permanently closed, but you was at 110 North Wacker, right? You was at 110 North Wacker. You worked for Merrill Lynch too. What happened with that? That's what you need to work on. You need to work on, why did they shut you down for that? Why did you get your license taken for that? Who was that? It's another what was it? Because it was political. What was the reason for that? Why did they shut you down? Was it Patricia R. Easley? So they responded as 947 60651. This is all online now. State of Illinois Secretary of State Securities Department, CRD 5544990. Did you go? It was 869 West Washington on the 4th day of April 2023. Is suspending or revoking the registration of Patricia R. Easley as an investment advisor, representative, and salesperson in the state of Illinois. Did you? Yeah. How was that? On or about September 9th, 2022, the Illinois Department of Revenue sent a collection action and notice of intent letter to respondent home address and you did not resolve the debt owed to the Department of Revenue. You're not in compliance with the Illinois Department of Revenue. You violated all these sections. You violated about 45 sections. So you need to worry about yourself. Real talk. Don't say nothing to me. It might be over for you. It's been over for black people, for Chicago, ever since drugs were placed in the community. Nigga, it's been over for you, Lewis Irvin. I hate when people say stuff like that. Stuff like that is so negative. Ain't probably do nothing. You probably don't get outside. You probably don't vote. You probably vote because they're black. You probably don't go. You don't see what's going on outside. Any of that. Stop talking negative. Please stop talking negative. Okay? So that's just what it is. I hate when people say stuff like that. It's always something negative. When we are the culture, we are the base. The issue is we don't know how to unify. That's why we don't know. We don't have unity because people that say stuff like this. We don't have unity. We have nobody in representation in anywhere to help us. And that's the problem. People, like, there's nobody that I would endorse in this next local elections. Nobody. I don't care how buddy we are. None of y'all have in that's in Congress, or it's government, it's in local government, it's in state government, has stood with me when it came to a press conference about the displacement of what they're doing with these seniors. And my case, I can't get one press conference. So I'll never. Yes, it's dead. Don't ever come to me. Ever. Anybody that's running any of that, y'all don't, because y'all can't, because y'all be stealing property and land, and y'all took something already. And my thing is, take it. Take whatever you need to survive in here, take it. But leave me up out of it. Leave my case up out of it. Leave how I civil right up out of it. Because again, I come from one of my own nation. I want my own nation. That's what I want. That's what I'm on. So my thought process and y'all coon sellout process, two different processes. I'm sacrificing. Y'all getting retaliated. Motherfuckers trying to beat us up when we walk into places. All that stuff. Because we messing up their grift. We're messing up their grift. So that's just what it is. And because the grift is being messed up, y'all mad at us because this nigga promised y'all something that he's never going to get. Y'all never going to get it because he's going to jail. Y'all, the contracts is never going to be fulfilled. He's having private conversations about investors coming here. Ain't nobody trusting to invest in the city of Chicago while he's still in there. So no, he's doing everything wrong. He does not know how. He can't. He's a bitch. We got a whole bitch running the city. He don't even run the city, but he's trying to now take matters in his own hand. He's a bitch. His administration is a bitch. Maurice Robinson is a bitch. Jason Lee is a bitch. All of them is bitches, and that's just what it is. Bitches with egos. You're dealing with a whole bunch of bad bitches in government, in the Democratic Party in the city of Chicago, with the help of bad bitch preachers, with the help of bad bitch community leaders and bad bitch snitch gangsters that are out here trying. That's the problem. That's what we're dealing with. We're dealing with that. We're dealing with bitch assness all through the city of Chicago local government. That's what we're dealing with. And egos and people mad because she ain't even from Chicago. She ain't even from Chicago. Who gives a fuck? My mama is. I got family here. But who cares? Who cares? I'm not from Chicago. So I'm just supposed to just let Chicago disrespect my family, disrespect me, disrespect my generational wealth because I'm not from Chicago. Shut y'all dumbasses up. That sounds stupid. How the fuck I love y'all city more than you love y'all city? Like that doesn't make any sense. Y'all should be standing with me. We have the time. This is the time. This is the time to be everybody watching the city. Everybody watching Illinois. Everybody's watching the city of Chicago. We're making history. And y'all want to, and y'all been fighting with me since Paul got his ass beat on Monday. I can't, hey, he should never put his hands on a woman. That's on him. That's on him. Ain't nobody started anything. You can listen to Crazy Jackie, Raggedy Jackie, Crazy Raggedy Jackie. You can listen to Crazy Raggedy Jackie. Crazy Raggedy Jackie is off. And it's just mentally ill. She's gone somewhere. She's over there somewhere. Okay? She don't even know how to organize some shoes. So at the end of the day, she's a two-faced. One day, if she's around the guy who does Recall This Fall, then hi Zoe. When she's not around him, it's fuck me. Like girl, come on. He bipolar a little bit, okay? So that's just what. So yeah. So she don't count. Anything that she says doesn't matter. But you cannot put your hands on nobody. Nobody didn't come in there and start no crap. This nigga was just mad because you keep going into a rainbow push and talking to these niggas and I'm recording it not knowing that you were a Republican committeeman. If you would have came over and been a Republican committeeman and said, hey y'all, what's going on? How y'all out here? I'm Paul McKinney. Take my number, man. Let's talk about this. You didn't do any of that. You came in there. Y'all can't get these bitches out. Get these bitches out. Get these bitches out. Yeah, and then they're gonna say we ain't gonna be too many bitches. Like how many bitches he gonna call us? They gonna call us dead ass like 67 bitches in a matter of about 2 minutes. I didn't say nothing to him at all. I saw one time. I said, get the fuck out of my face, okay? Then when it sat down, this nigga called us 48 more bitches. While a nigga right here with the most nastiest mask on, that COVID mask, he been probably wearing that COVID mask since they announced COVID in 2019 because it's real brown and shit. That's not even yelling anymore. He the bitch, the bitch, all just drunkenness. Just like y'all out here, I know y'all got like are y'all checking y'all prostates? Like y'all probably, honestly, y'all out here probably with whole types of male issues, and you out here fighting women because y'all keep going into rainbow push. Like I can't. That's on you. Rainbow Jesse Jackson and them came into the Sandpiper Lounge and solicited black votes. That don't got nothing to do with you. They don't got nothing to do with anybody that works for him. They don't got anybody to work with any of these people. Stop coming into and this is for anybody. Stop coming into our communities. Stop coming into our businesses, soliciting votes, and then when we need your help, or when stuff like the city comes out and shuts us down, or takes us, you're shutting down a black business, all that stuff. When we come to you, we can't get no help. We gotta stop. That shit gotta end. My thing is the Sandpiper Lounge is gone. They demolished the Sandpiper Lounge illegally, unlawfully. We have everything to show the evidence. My God, you won't even stand with my godfather, and y'all mad because I'm going over there and showing them the hypocrisy of how are y'all out here standing for civil rights for the illegal immigrants, but you can't stand with some Chicago American citizens, especially some ones who let you go in there for years to solicit black votes. And y'all mad at me because y'all mind can't expand? Like your mind can't expand? That's nuts. If your mind can't expand, that's on you. That don't have nothing to do with me. Okay? If you have an issue with how I'm doing things, that don't got nothing to do with me. That got something to do with you. It's a personal fight. I'm just not out here just disrupting. And no, this is the year that I said it. I said I'm not playing with these bum ass black Democrats no more and these bum ass black elites. I said this. I said I'm not spending another summertime out here. Please, no. It's time y'all getting the fuck out. Okay, and it's time to dismantle and disrupt. If you got an issue with it, if you got an issue with what about me disrupting, dismantling, then hey, get out the way. Or somebody find my mama her money. Find my godfather her money. But if you're not going to do it, then that's what I'm doing. I'm outside. I'm outside all summer. I'm outside all summer. Pritzker House, Kwame Raoul House, Julian Patton House. Yeah, we outside. We're outside. Yeah, I did what I had to do when it came to them. I don't have no. I got lawsuits. I have an attorney. That's another thing. I have an attorney. Chicago Fist Red organization has an attorney. So y'all gonna play these games if y'all want to. We already have a total of 3 lawsuits just off the organization part. I have 3 separate lawsuits just by myself. Danielle is going to have 1 lawsuit by herself with what just happened on Monday. So nobody is playing with y'all at all. P. Ray, you will get a lawsuit and a cease and desist. Beverly Miles, you will get a cease. Anybody that want to go there will go there. So that's it. Stop mentioning us. Don't mention us at all. Okay? You got to get ready for you. Beverly Miles, you said you was running for governor. Get ready for your platform and push that. I wish you well, whatever you got over there, but that's what y'all should be worried about. Whatever P. Ray, whatever you're going to do, go ahead and do that. Whatever. Paul owes Danielle Carter an apology. He also owes me an apology. That dude, that piece of shit that he was with, owes us an apology. Jackie Page owes us an apology. Godiva or Duchess owes us an apology. All of them owe us an apology. Anybody that's going around trying to change this narrative owes us an apology. So until those apologies happen, don't speak on us. Don't speak to us. And I only do these things when I hear shit. Okay, I respond to it. I don't start it. I respond to it. Leave us alone. Peace.